Are you tired of toxic assholes ruining your fantasy football experience? Consider joining us at the Worthless Fantasy Federation. We run multiple different kinds of leagues. We have a 32-team NFL simulation style fantasy league. That's what most of our content is based around. You can see the podcast episodes on the channel here that directly correlate to that league, but we also have a salary cap league where we have custom rules designed around a salary cap simulation. We have a 16-team Dynasty Superflex league. We have multiple best ball leagues. Next year, we'll be introducing another 32-team NFL simulation style league, a 16-team Dynasty IDP league, and another salary cap simulation league using IDP, and much more to come in 2025 and beyond. I pride myself in building this community free of toxicity and the stuff that normally comes along with a fantasy football, free leagues that you find on Reddit or wherever. No toxic assholes here. We're just a group of people trying to have fun. Everybody's welcome. I don't care what walk of life you're from. You're welcome here. And I will do my best to help you have fun in fantasy football again. We are very active. I'm always available to help. If you're new to fantasy football, I have no issue helping you learn and get better. We have free leagues, we have paid leagues, we're expanding all the time and starting new leagues every year. So if you're looking for something different in fantasy football, something less toxic, something a little more serious, or if you're just looking to learn and you want a place to feel accepted and to make friends, consider joining the Worthless Fantasy Federation. Link to our Discord is in the description. Or if you wanted to just reach out and ask some questions, you can, comment here on YouTube. I will answer. You can reach out on Discord. Just join up in the Discord and DM me. I am WorthlessWatkins. I really hope you give us a shot. Thanks. Welcome back, degenerates, to the final episode of the St. Louis Condors quest for the Super Bowl rebuild. It's been a while between recordings here. I do remember at the end of last episode I was talking about potentially trying to make some trades up for the upcoming draft. And I did end up doing that off camera at the end of last recording, but it has been a while. Just as a refresher, let's go look at our lineup going into our final year of this rebuild, because all of our big name players from our first draft that we developed are going to need contracts next year, and we are not going to be able to afford to keep everybody. So it's pretty much Super Bowl or bust this year. Great offensive line highlighted by a superstar center, superstar X-Factor tight end and quarterback, Jahmyr Gibbs at running back, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Quentin Johnston as our wide receivers 1, 2, and 3. And on defense, great corners and Greg Newsome, Oglesby, somebody we drafted and developed into a superstar, and Okuda, superstar X-Factor Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Jordan Brooks, Zaven Collins, Perry Bates, somebody we drafted, DeForest Buckner, who we signed pretty much just for this year, Compton, another guy we drafted, Julius Peppers, and somebody we drafted at safety. Obviously, middle linebacker and right end are two of our biggest needs here, and I believe that I will solve those in the draft. That was why I ended up trading up. I don't remember what picks we had originally, but the players I was looking at after I did some evaluations looked like they were going to get picked at roughly 10 and 13, so I traded up to 9 and 12. That being Teddy Ridgeway, this middle linebacker, who we will probably take at 9 now that we have the number 9 pick, because he's projected to go 10. And it was rough trading up to get to those picks. I don't think I could have got much higher without giving up stuff that I would need to then go win a Super Bowl. I pretty much gave up a lot of future draft picks and a couple of depth guys that we won't really need. But this middle linebacker, pass coverage middle linebacker, which fits our scheme, A zone, Bs and everything else potentially. Elite agility, elite speed. Only decent strength, but it's fine. He's fast. And then at 12, we will be targeting this right end speed rusher, Harvey Ramsey. Elite change of direction, elite jumping, elite speed, great acceleration. Not the best right end in the draft, which is a guy going first overall. This Devin Bigsby, likely to the Browns. I'm not even sure what other picks we have besides these two firsts this year. I might have traded a lot of them to get, to trade up to get those two picks, but we'll kind of just play those draft picks by ear. But with that being said, we're going to take it to the draft. He is still here. Middle linebacker Teddy Ridgeway. I almost want to take the right end first, even though he's projected to go later, just because I don't want to miss out on him. He better not get taken. We're going to go ahead and take Teddy Ridgeway. Hidden Dev, 91 speed, 91 excel, only 80 change of direction. All right, we just got to hope that our right end does not get taken here at picks 10 and 11. And he did. He went pick 10 right there, right after us. Son of a bitch. God damn it. Why? I should have just taken the right end. I knew I should have taken the right end. I said that, and I should have taken him at 9 and then gambled on the middle linebacker instead. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a better option. We need a right end. This guy's the next best available. He is hidden dev still. 91 excel, only 79 speed. All right, here at round 3, pick 19, I think I'm going to take this left end speed rusher, Jay Cummings. F block shed, C finesse, C power, B tackle. He's got elite acceleration and elite jumping and good speed. His, physicals look good. Was a hidden dev though. We got a hidden dev right end and a hidden dev left end. We'll just go ahead and skip to the end of the draft. My next pick isn't until round 5, and I don't really care to make any of those late round picks. Damn. So Teddy Ridgeway only a 75 overall. Juan McBride only a 73 overall. That Cummings guy's only a 68. And that round 5 pick was actually our last pick, and the computer got us Nazir Wheatley, a left outside linebacker, 68 power rusher. So that Digsby guy was only a 79 overall, actually. Still better than what we got, but not like a crazy difference. An 80 overall cornerback, they went 3rd, and an 80 overall tight end that went 6th. Okay, at the preseason after the draft, we are an 87 offense, 84 defense for an 85 overall. Look at our lineup here as we go into what is our kind of Super Bowl or bust season. I don't actually think we'll make it, but we tried. We tried one of the hardest rebuilds to do, starting from nothing and going to a Super Bowl in like 5 years. Is that first draft class you load up on picks, and then all these guys' contracts come up, and it's going to be impossible. We're not going to be able to afford to keep all these guys. So, a pair of superstars and a pair of X Factors on offense, all stars everywhere else. On defense, we got an X Factor, a superstar, a lot of stars. Not quite as good on defense as I would have liked, going into this season. We got McBride starting at right end. We don't really have a better option. I considered, and theoretically it's possible, as you start DeForest Buckner at right end, and then this dude at D tackle, but is what it is. I would like to start Teddy Ridgeway over Ernest Jones. I need to make sure all this is right. We are setting our season goal to win the Super Bowl, because that's our boom or bust this year. Again, I don't foresee it happening. This was an ambitious rebuild as our first one, but fuck it. We'll rebuild an actual team with help from an owner from the Prime League. After this series concludes, it'll be a little more fun and easier to kind of potentially make a dynasty out of a team that's not really seeing much success. And you heard it here first, the first team is probably going to be the Atlanta Falcons with the help of our very own Kimchi. Hey, what the fuck? Mid-season, we're 6-1. We're doing the thing. Let's see what the team looks like. We're up to an 86 overall, 88 offense, 85 defense. Better than the Eagles. Parsons up to a 93. Eli Mixon's up to a 92. Amon-Ra St. Brown is almost up to a 99. Did not start our boy over Ernest Jones. I'm going to redo that again. Juan McBride's up to a 77. But yeah, I mean, we're 6-1 at midseason. 2 games ahead of the Cowboys, 4 games ahead of the Eagles. No reason we don't make the playoffs, but, you know, let's see. All right, here we are at the end of the season, and we went 12-5. We're up to an 88 overall, 89 offense, 87 defense. We did get second seed, though, so we almost got first seed. Amon-Ra St. Brown up to a 99 overall with morale. Eli Mixon 97, Aaron Parsons 95. Offensive line is looking good. Defense, holy shit, that middle linebacker is a superstar X Factor. What the fuck happened? Damn, that's crazy. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah up to a 90 overall. Alright, Eli Mixon finished 3rd in passing. Amon-Ra St. Brown finished 3rd in receiving. Eli Mixon threw for 4,500 yards. Lamar Jackson wins MVP. Eli Mixon came 2nd in MVP voting. Alright, Offensive Player of the Year, Brandon Ayuk. Amon-Ra St. Brown came 2nd. That sucks. That could have got him Superstar X Factor. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons. We got David Collins down there at 8th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Bob Monroe for the Panthers. Okay. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Peter Etienne for the 49ers. We had Juan McBride at 6. And that's it. So that dude, I drafted him as a Superstar X Factor. That's nuts. Alright. Eli Mixon, Aaron Parsons, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah take on Chase Young, LaMarcus Gilmore, and Jonathan Allen of the Arizona Cardinals. Alright, here we go. Oh, Arizona scores early, 7-0. We score. We score again, 14-7. Settle for a field goal, 17-7. Stop them again. Only a minute and a half left. We're up 17-7. Make that 20-7. All right, we win the wild card 20-7. Eli Mixon 22 for 33, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good. Pretty good game. Rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs 17 attempts, 68 yards. Not great. Could have been better. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown 8 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. QJ had 5 for 59. Aaron Parsons had 4 for 51 and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs had 4 for 35. Pretty good. Offensively, Greg Newsome had an interception. Perry Bates and Zaven Collins both had 2 sacks each. And DeForest Buckner had a sack. Okay, here we go. Divisional playoff game is against the San Francisco 49ers, who are an 88 overall team, same as us. We have a slightly better offense. They have a slightly better defense. So we'll see. All right, here we are at the divisional. I went through and double-checked everybody's abilities. It's been a while since I've looked at them, and they've gone up a lot on overall and unlocked, new abilities and new slots. So I went through and made everything was set. And here we are now at the divisional. The 88 Condors taking on Fred Warner, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and the 88 overall San Francisco 49ers. Let's see how our boys do against the 49ers. All right, on the board early. Could not hold them. They score right back. We score 14-7. They score 14-14. We're in a 2-minute drill. Oh, do we get it? We do. 21-14. Goes into the second half. We're in the third. Defensive battle there, back and forth a bit. 21-17. We held them to a field goal. Held us to a field goal. 24-17. 24-24. 2-minute warning, essentially. We have a 2-minute drive in the fourth quarter. Okay. 27-24. I was missing it. They got the ball. We scored a field goal, I guess, on that 2-minute drive, and now they have the ball. Ugh, it's still laggy even in this. That's so bad. And 24 sucks. I was hoping it would be a little more crisp being able to watch this. They have 1 timeout left. We have all 3 of ours. They're on the 50-yard line. Touchdown to win or field goal to tie. Oh, big throw. Oh, shit. Shit. They didn't call a timeout. Are they going to go to win? Why wouldn't they call a timeout? 6 seconds on the clock. He checks down. No, he throws it away. They're going to kick the field goal, though. 3 seconds. They're going to tie it up. All right, so we're in overtime, and we got the ball. So we need a touchdown here. Fucking McCaffrey. Why is every play Christian McCaffrey? Literally, they're just running the ball over and over with McCaffrey. back up to the 1, and that's going to be it. They score and knock us out. And this is where the Condors rebuild comes to an end in the NFC divisional game. Couldn't even make it to the NFC championship game. That sucks. Eli Mixon, 30 for 40, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a good game. They held Jahmyr Gibbs on the ground in check. I mean, Aaron Parsons, 10, 126, and 1 touchdown. Ball got spread out. They kind of shut down Amon-Ra, which sucks. Brock Purdy, for some reason, is a god. All right, here we are at the Super Bowl, and it looks like it is between the Falcons and the Ravens. All right, here we are at the end of the 2027 season, and the Falcons beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl, winning their first Super Bowl. Desmond Ridder gets Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson was the NFL MVP. I've set everything to auto. This is the end of the Condors rebuild. We did not meet our goal of winning a Super Bowl. In the 5 years I went through, we made the playoffs twice, lost in the wild card 1 year, the divisional game another year. Did our best. We're a good team, one of the better teams in the league. Got a lot of really good players. I mean, 3rd in offensive points per game, 3rd in offensive pass yards per game. We have the best pass defense in the 22nd rush defense. So, not a good rush defense. Didn't have a good run game. Using the Chiefs playbook, though, with a superstar X Factor tight end and a superstar wide receiver, you know, they don't run the ball a lot. We are going to send this 10 years into the future to see how this team holds up. Like I said, I've set everything to auto. So it's going to attempt to re-sign players. It's going to do everything for me. And we'll see what the St. Louis Condors look like in the year 2037. And if we were able to win any Super Bowls at all, and what the team looks like. And I'll see you guys in 10 years. Okay, it's like an hour later, maybe even longer, and we have finally finished simming 10 years into the future of the St. Louis Condors. Right off the bat, I see that we have an 85 offense and an 81 defense for an 83 overall team. Let's just see what the team looks like. 10 years into the future, is there anybody I'm even going to recognize? Do we have anybody still that we drafted? I don't know how, but we still have Eli Mixon and Aaron Parsons, and they're both still superstar X Factors. Couple of offensive linemen I recognize. Our wide receivers, I got nothing. I don't know none of those names. 85 overall star, wide receiver 1, and everybody else is normal dev. 85 overall star halfback, and a superstar fullback? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, it's a tight end. On defense, there's Ridgeway, that middle linebacker we drafted right before that last draft. He's still in the league 10 years later. Of course, not a superstar X Factor anymore. He's had a whole career and is starting to go downhill now. Likewise, this right end right here is that right end we drafted. We don't have a kicker or a punter. Okay, so here we are. This is the last season that we tried to go. Let's see what happened in the 10 years that, you know, the dynasty we attempted to build existed. The Falcons won Super Bowls back-to-back years over the Ravens. Interesting. The Falcons went to the Super Bowl for 3 years in a row. And in 2029, the Raiders won with Super Bowl MVP quarterback Jordan Love. 2030, the Colts went over the Seahawks. Nothing with us. 2031, Patriots over the Cowboys. 2032, oh, look at that. We went back to the Super Bowl in 2032 and lost to the Buffalo Bills. Eli Mixon won NFL MVP in 2032, and Amon-Ra St. Brown won Offensive Player of the Year. So we had a really good 2032. 2033, Seahawks beat the Jags. 2034, the Giants beat the Colts. 2035, the fucking Falcons go back and beat the Patriots. And 2036, oh, we're just coming off a Super Bowl victory. What the fuck? This very last season that got simmed, we won the Super Bowl in 2036 over the Titans. Eli Mixon was Super Bowl MVP and NFL MVP. And Amon-Ra St. Brown won Offensive Player of the Year again. But then walked in free agency because we don't have him anymore. Interesting. So, in the 10 years after we built our dynasty, Eli Mixon won NFL MVP twice. Amon-Ra St. Brown won Offensive Player of the Year twice. And we won one Super Bowl exactly 10 years later. It took another 10 years after, building up to then win the Super Bowl. And I'm guessing we kind of sold out to do it because looking at the team now, we really only have Eli Mixon and Aaron Parsons left. But it's been 15 years in the league at this point. He is 35 years old. Same with Aaron Parsons. They're both 35 years old, 13 years in the league. That does it for the St. Louis Condors rebuild. We did not win the Super Bowl in our initial little challenge of, technically I could have went for longer than 5 years, but why would you? All those contracts were coming up. I didn't want to, that was the point of trading the whole Commanders team away, relocating it, loading up on first-round draft picks that first year, and trying to build the best team we could through drafts and free agency with that initial class. And we failed. We made the playoffs a couple times. We didn't quite win the Super Bowl, but, the building blocks were there. Eli Mixon, that very first draft of this rebuild where I took that scrambling quarterback that looks really good, and he ended up being the cornerstone of this team, along with that tight end Aaron Parsons, and using the Chiefs playbook with a scrambling quarterback and a badass tight end. It worked well, and we finally did win the Super Bowl in the year 2036, 10 years later. Counts for something still. Just glad Eli Mixon and Aaron Parsons got themselves that ring. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. It went a little long, mostly because building a team up from nothing obviously takes longer than starting with a team. But this was, like I said from the beginning, kind of a proof of concept of the series. The next team I'm going to do, like I've said, is probably the Atlanta Falcons with Kim Chi as my guest. As a Falcons fan, he will kind of play GM a little bit as I play he'll play owner a little bit as I play GM and coach, and try and help him build the Falcons team he wants to see go to the Super Bowl. And we'll see if we can manage to take the Falcons to a Super Bowl relatively quickly, or if they just ever can't quite get there. It's not obviously the worst team in the league to start off with, but the Falcons aren't exactly the best, especially in Madden. Desmond Ritter's nothing to start with. You really get to start with Desmond Ridder and Kyle Pitts, which is, not the worst place to start, but there are definitely worse teams I could do first. But Kimchi's one of the ones I've talked to about this, so doing it with him and the Falcons just makes the most sense as he is a Falcons fan. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, do all that shit. Let me know if there's a certain team you'd like to see more than another. Me do a rebuild challenge with. Like I said, I'm thinking of starting with the Falcons, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. If you want to see a different team first, let me know. Or if you want to be a part of this and help me rebuild your team and take them to the Super Bowl, let me know. Reach out on Discord. If for some crazy reason you're watching this right now and you have no idea who I am or what I'm talking about, the link to our Discord is in the description. We are a fantasy football community of not toxic assholes trying to make the world of fantasy football a better place. I'll catch you next time, degenerates.